My landlord lied to get me evicted, so I waited until he slipped up in writing. I had lived in the same apartment for 4 years without a single issue. Rent always on time, no complaints. Then out of nowhere, I got a formal notice saying I was being evicted for repeated noise violations and unauthorized guests. None of it was true. I emailed my landlord asking for details. He replied saying there were multiple complaints and that he had already warned me verbally several times. That was a lie. We had barely spoken in months. I later found out why. My apartment was one of the cheapest in the building and he wanted it empty so he could renovate and raise the rent. I wasn't leaving fast enough. Instead of arguing emotionally, I stopped responding and started documenting everything. I requested copies of the complaints. He said they were anonymous and couldn't be shared. I asked for dates and times. He ignored that message. A week later, he sent another email saying if I didn't leave quietly, he would involve legal action, and that eviction was guaranteed. That was the mistake. I replied calmly and asked him to confirm in writing that he had no signed complaints and no written warnings on record. He answered yes, but said eviction would still proceed because it was his property. I forwarded that email straight to the housing authority, along with my lease and rent history. 2 weeks later, he was called in for an inspection and a hearing. Turns out he had done this to 2 other tenants already. He was fined heavily and ordered to drop all eviction attempts. He's now under review and legally barred from raising my rent. He avoids eye contact whenever he sees me in the hallway. I'm still living here. Same apartment, same rent. But now everything he says to me goes through email. Would you have waited for proof like this, or fought back immediately, and risked losing everything?